All right, so this is the start of congruent triangles and going over CPCTC. Probably saying, what is that? Well, here we go. So we are talking about triangles with the same shape and size. Okay, same shape and size. This means all corresponding parts, angles, and sides are congruent. So basically we're talking about two triangles that you have and they are exactly the same as far as the side lengths and as all the angles are. You can think of these as like desks in a classroom, okay? The ones to the right of you and to the left, they are the same type of desk, okay? But they're two separate ones, okay? We can't call them exactly equal. They are not the same, but they are very similar in this fact that they have all the pieces that are the same size and it's the same shape, okay? When triangles are congruent, we can write a congruency statement. Okay, so notice on here it's not the equal sign, but we're using this, let's see, get it, this squiggle sign here above the equal sign, meaning congruent. Okay, so a valid congruency statement must match all corresponding angles and sides. So on here, A, B, C matches up with D, E, F. We'll know that both of these start with the angle marked with 1. Okay, then they went to the one with 2 and then 3. Okay, so what is CPCTC? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So let's write that down and then I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And what that's meaning is that angle A is congruent to angle D. Okay, same for B and E, C and F. Okay, corresponding parts, so parts that match up from one triangle to the other, are equal to each other in a sense. Okay, but instead I use word equal, we're using congruent, and that's with this symbol here. Okay, so now we're going to practice some of these, and you can look at this without even a picture to go over some of it. Okay, we can use the congruency statement to help us out, figure out what aligns with each one. Okay, so we can think of this as triangle 1, triangle 2. Okay, and let's look at this. So angle J is congruent to, okay, notice J is my first letter here. What's the first letter on this triangle here? P. So I'm going to say angle J is congruent to angle P. Then we go to our next letter. Angle K is in the same spot as angle Q. Notice they're both in the middle there. Angle K, angle Q. And our last one, what's that letter that's last? We have angle L and angle R. And that's how we show angles are congruent. When looking at sides, we know that it takes 2 letters to talk about a side, and we use that bar up top. So I am going to use my first 2 letters of this one, J, K, which means I need to take the first 2 letters of my next triangle, P, Q. Okay, and I'm going to keep making combinations. So we need another side. All right, so let's use K and L. So that was my middle and last letter. So I need my middle and last letter, Q and R. The last one, I like to make this little rainbow. You need to take your first and last letter. So I have J and L is congruent to, I need to take my first and last letter, P and R. Okay, write another valid congruency statement. We could take it, we can turn it around. So if I said triangle KLJ, so I went middle, last, first, I would need to go middle, last, first, QRP. Okay, so that's another way I can write that congruency statement. You're going to be trying that here. Okay, remember we can start with the angles. W goes with E, X goes with F. It all depends on their placement there. Okay, then below, okay, you're being asked to complete this. I want to let you know that when you're talking about angles, you're going to see these marks here. And the angle in the middle is the one that they're talking about or looking for. So I'm just going to circle that for you. So on here, when I'm looking for an angle that's congruent to C, okay, C is in the last spot, M is in the last spot. So you're filling these out. What's congruent to KM? Well, K is my first, M is my last. First, last, AC. So you're filling the notes out like that. All right, good luck, guys.